Good morning. The book tells the story of Victor Frankenstein, the scientist who created the monster. Victor, when he was little, was very rich, curious, and ambitious, and his dream was to be recognized man. He managed to make this dream come true by creating a superhuman, but when he gave life to the monster, he saw that his life had become a nightmare and he fled. When he discovers that his brother was murdered by his creation, he begins a hunt that ends when he meets the monster and hears his life stories.
Good morning. The characters in the book Frankenstein are Victor Frankenstein being one of the protagonists of the story. He is made scientist who seeks glory in the scientist world by creating the perfect being. His best friend is Henry Clearville. In the book is described as an almost perfect man. Faithful, honest, loyal is the idea of the right man, but it's killed by the monster. Elizabeth Lavenza is presented as the almost perfect woman, similar to her. In the original version, she is presented as Victor's cousin. In the rewritten version, she is the adopted sister. In the development of the story, she ends up marrying Victor, but in the windy night, she is killed, strangled by the monster. And finally, Frankenstein's monsters, also called Aidon Monster. Frankenstein's creator, or Justice Frankenstein, is the main starter point for the unfolding of the whole story. The narrator of the story is Victor. It is a narrator of the homogenetic type, which in a short while is a character from the story itself who narrates, a narrated fictional character.
The book presents evident characteristics of the second phase of Romanticism, also known as the ultra-romantic phase. Victor Frankenstein's egocentric attitudes, the deepening of the monster's feelings and emotions, and a strong depressive tone are some of these characteristics. Additionally, the work is written in an extremely detailed and formal manner, which showcases another trait of the Romantic period. For instance, a simple dropping of a handkerchief can be described in 5 lines or more, and for some people this becomes tedious to read.
The themes that the book addresses are ethics in science, paternal abandonment, negligence, violence, and suicide.
Frankenstein can be used as a repertoire for urban violence, ethics in science, and parental abandonment.
Well, speaking about the conflicts of the book, we can list many of them, as it is a novel with a whole long complex story with so many developments and characters. But we can say that the main conflicts are the creation of the Frankenstein's monster, the confrontation between him and Victor, and also the death of both of them. Also, adding to the story details, we can describe Frankenstein's monster existence as being a personification of Victor's ego and pride, as it is never said anywhere in the book a specific reason to the monster's creation, so we can analyze the Victor's will to become a world remarkable scientist culminated on the creation of the creature.
One of moral lessons of history is the warnings against the unbridled pursuit of knowledge without considering the ethical and moral consequences of our actions. Furthermore, the history also addresses issues of accessibility, compassion, and alienation. The creator is rejected by society because your grotesque appearance, which leads to seek revenge against its creator. Highlights the importance of compassion, and freedom from differences.
The book was written in a historical period where scientists were trying to break away from theories created during the Renaissance, as they should mixed science with fantasy, to ideas such as chimeras and immortality potions. However, Victor, instead of denying these ideas, tries to prove that they are possible, through an experiment that would bring a human being back to life. Frankenstein was one of the most parodied and adapted books in history, having several adaptations in cinematographic works and books, such as Frankenstein in 31, 94, and 2004, Abbott and Costello against Frankenstein, Frankenstein between Angels and Demons, Frankenweenie, and Frankenstein by Jiu-Jitsu. And I think that's all we see in the book Frankenstein, the Modern Promethean.